Hello, party people. As you can tell from my facial hair, I don't know what's up from down right now. Life is discombobulated. I am a mess. I don't know what's going on, if this is real life, if I'm dreaming. So I figured the best way to snap out of this funk is to, like Memento, do everything backwards. So we're starting with GeoGuessr today. Welcome to the stream, Dylan Sandal, eSauce8920, Dead Paradise, Sockless, K-Dog, War Mike. Hello, everyone. I'm glad to see everyone jockeying for position on the lifeboat already. You all will be rewarded with the appropriate social credits for showing up on time to stream. War Mike says the messed up sleep schedule strikes again. And Dead Paradise says you're not alone. My sleep schedule is so fucked. I fear we may never like know what it's like to be a productive member of society ever again. Moose agrees. He thinks everything's whack right now. Anyone have some sage? We need to sage this room. But I feel like I've come so far around with like the fucked up sleep schedule where like my sleep schedule is so fucked up that like it's fucked up on like a 24-hour cycle now. You know what I mean? Like before, oh my god, I'm saying you know what I mean. This is how you know it. Everything's going to shit. Like before I was like I was like off by like 3 hours, then I was off by 6 hours, then 9, 12. Now I'm all the way back around to my sleep schedule being so fucked up that I'm probably going to just sleep at like 11 p.m. So thank God. K-Dog says I'm straight cozy. I was up until 4 a.m. I never do that. Welcome. Yeah, we're going to get straight cozy today. The part of the reason why we're starting with Open Guesser is because my brain no worky too good. I don't think my brain can handle some high intensity gameplay. Unfortunately, unfortunately for all the pro gamers out there, I'm not bringing my best pro gaming today. So I hope everyone can forgive me for that. It's nice to stay up until 4 a.m. sometimes. It gives you like the feeling of like, you know, it reminds you of what it was like in high school and middle school to stay up until 4 a.m. on Skype and how it made you feel so alive. Isn't that funny? We used to be such simple creatures where staying up until 4 a.m. on Skype would make us feel alive. Now we got to do crack to feel alive and go to the club. And you know, and swipe right on 100 women on Hinge just to find one person who can make you feel something. Dead Harry says, "Hope your mini break is going well." That's right. Hope Sockless. Hope it's a nice, chill morning in Asia. To all my Asian viewers. I am also an Asian viewer of the stream, though I don't live in Asia. Yeah, hope everyone's having a good time. We're gonna get mad fucking cozy today. Sockless says, I appreciate that. I came home yesterday and had a good sleep. I'm trying to be like Sockless. I'm trying to go home. I'm trying to go like spiritually home and have a good sleep. I guess that's like dying. I'm not trying to die, but I am trying to go home. South India. They use English in South India. They're like ashamed of like what's the language of India? I don't know. Hindu. They're ashamed of Hindu. Oryx says I have the first of my grad school admission exams in 10 days, I think. I think I can still reschedule it, but the Hunger Games will start soon. The first grad school admissions. That's scary. Fitness, gym. Tests scare me. I guess I actually prefer tests to like interviews because like my ass can grind out a test pretty well. Versus like an interview, I'm like, what's going? It's like, there's a lot of variables that I feel like are out of my control. I don't know if I'm gonna roll, a nat 20 on the charisma check to where's my mouse? My mouse is here. I don't know if I'm gonna roll a nat 20 on the charisma check versus like with a test. I feel like each individual question you're rolling a dice to see if you pass the intelligence check, and because there's more checks on a test as opposed to one general charisma check, I feel like I have a better chance of succeeding at tests. However, good luck, War Mike. I can't imagine that grad school admissions are easy. In fact, I can imagine they're probably pretty hard. 10 days isn't so long either. Damn. The summer is really passing by fast. It's August 1st, everyone. Not to scare everyone, but it is August 1st, and it's time to get back to life, I guess, soon. Some colleges are starting soon. Yeah. Cassim says, "Sir, did you eat?" I did eat. I ate some steak, some quickly cooked steak and watermelon. Is that offensive to say watermelon? I just think it's funny. I'm not trying to imply anything about the race wars with that pronunciation. But I did eat. Thanks for asking, Cat Sims. Hope everyone gets to eat. If you're watching this stream is probably going to be 2 hours long. I think it's worthwhile having a snack, even if not now, later in the stream. Maybe have some water. I'm gonna have some water right now. eSauce8920 says, "It's literally midnight here. Intro Mad wants to mess up my sleep schedule real bad. I used to sleep 3 to 4 a.m. Trying to bring it back to 12 to 1 a.m. Listen, brother, this stream..." What's up, Moose? He wants to be You want to be famous, Moose? Exposing my bare ass mattress again. Just so everyone knows, I don't actually sleep on this mattress. This is my old mattress. I've upgraded to a queen size mattress so that Moose and I can sleep on the same bed without him kicking me off the bed, basically. However, this mattress has been sitting in my office for about 2 months now. It's gotta go somewhere else. It's gotta go somewhere else. Something's gotta change, brother. Anyway, yeah, this stream will be archived as all streams are, as I'm sure you know. So don't feel like you gotta stick around. Although Moose sounds like he doesn't like the idea of our viewership going down. Is that right, Moose? Maybe I could just set up a Moose cam and y'all could just look at Moose instead of me while I stream. Hold on. Beautiful, Moose. Be the model you were meant to be. Moose has always been destined to be famous. I've known this since he was a baby, and unfortunately, like, I have been hogging the spotlight from him the whole time, and like, he's had to support my dreams of being a social media star, when really, like, I should have been Moose's manager, and like should have been like, helping build his brand, build his Instagram. Probably should have rebranded the whole Introverted Madness channel to just be YouTube shorts of Moose. Make a TikTok for Moose, etc. But here's our moment, Moose. Here's our moment to be famous. That's right, lick your butt, Moose. That's what the people want to see. K-Dog says, "If you didn't eat, then let us watch a mukbang." That's actually not a bad idea for a stream one day. Slash a cooking stream, I think, would be fun. Although, like, I'm ashamed of like my apartment, and my apartment, like, my kitchen is like connected right to my front door, so like I'm self-conscious. I feel like if I talk, my neighbors will hear me. Moose, I don't know if you meant to like I don't know if you meant for your butt licking to be in the public domain, but it's here now, so we all have to live with our choices, I guess. Cassim says, "I'm so excited about GeoGuessr. Also, yes, I'm skimming the chat. I'm sorry to everyone that I'm not reading all your messages out loud. However, I do see all the messages out loud. However, for example, Dead Paradise, I don't feel like it's probably necessary for me to repeat. Woof, although I just did. Because, you know. You know, sometimes you just got an ad-lib. Like the Migos or any rappers, sometimes you just throw an ad-lib in there. You throw a mama. Or you throw a yeah. That's sometimes chat's got that. And you just gotta. I guess that's my job is to sort out. Is to be the arbiter of good and bad messages. Moose, he's Blair Witch. He doesn't want to be on. He doesn't want to be on camera. He's suspicious. I do feel like Moose is suspicious of the camera. Whenever I point the camera lens at him, he's like, "Are you trying to steal my soul or something?" Cass Sims is excited about GeoGuessr. Me too. Where could we be? This feels like America to me, but do we have mountains like this in America? I'm not so sure. I do just get an American vibe, but I don't know. Taka says early Moose. That's right. We're doing everything backwards today. Cass Sims is down for a chill stream. That's what I like to hear. Oh yeah, if anyone has any recommendations for games they would like me to see me play later. Any browser games, anything in the introverted badness repertoire that anyone would like to see, please let me know, because the vibes are a little different today. I'm not sure why, but let me know. I'm trying to let the vibes take the lead. Everyone's talking about Moose. Everyone's enjoying Moose. Moose will make you viral. He's so cute. We never get this close. Choi Sam 20 says, I'm watching this while eating Chick-fil-A in Wichita. That's beautiful, man. I hope you have a beautiful meal, man. What time is it in Wichita? Like probably 5 p.m. That's like how you know. That's like when you're eating like fast food at 5 p.m. You feel, at least for me, I feel like so alive, bro. There's something about like the. Okay, he ran away. Moose is now lying behind my chair. That's not Moose. This is not gonna work, is it? There we go. So I hope you enjoy that choice, Sam. That sounds great. I also missed a message. Cat Sims says, okay, I low-key think the facial hair is cute. I appreciate it, Cat Sims. I feel like, I wish I could grow like a full beard. Instead, like what I can grow is like an Asian man mustache and soul patch. But I appreciate it, Cat Sims. I appreciate the gas. Lord knows I need it. Everyone's loving Moose again. I appreciate it. Troy Sam says, I'm driving from Cal to Massachusetts. Good luck, bro. I'm sure that's like a very, that's a difficult drive, but I'm also sure you're having a lot of fun. I can imagine, I wanted to drive from California to New York when I moved back to New York, but I was like, I don't have the requisite like driver knowledge to succeed this, I was afraid that, during the days of driving, I was gonna roll I was gonna be bad at it. Sorry, I'm putting bad vibes out there. Hope the drive's going well. It sounds really driving across America is really fun. I would love to do that one day. Esos8920 says, yeah, I love your hot sauce video. You talking about the video where I ate hot sauce and roasted Stanford? I appreciate it. Another great video. Another great video in the Introverted Madness how do you pronounce that? Ouvre? I think it's Ouvre, actually. Sometimes I think about the Introverted Madness channel as like a project. You know how like some artists have like a musical project? Like I was like Dead Paradise recommended Caro Caro Bonito, and then I went a little bit down the Caro Caro Bonito rabbit hole, and there's like they haven't like released music in like 5 years, and some artists do that, you know what I mean? Some artists don't release music for 5 years, but I feel like that is, you know, sometimes the art either speaks to you or it doesn't, and the project sometimes naturally reaches a state of dormancy. So, you know, I guess what I'm saying is sometimes when people talk about the old videos and they're like, "Oh, I like this video you made 3 years ago," I'm like, "Damn, I fell off." But also, you know, that's like the evil part of my brain telling me I need to be like a content machine. I'm not allowed to be a human being. I got to be a content machine and fucking just make shit. So I appreciate. I mean, I appreciate the support. I appreciate everyone sticking around, and hopefully I will make a video as good as the hot sauce video in the future. Sockler says, "Never turn your back to the camera, Moosey. You won't make it in the industry if you do." I know he Moose has like a streak of like wanting to be anti whatever I want him to do. Like if I point the camera at him, he turns around. If I if I walk him and I want him to go a certain way, he's like, "Now I want to go the exact opposite way." I'm like, that's fucked up. Look at all these cows. I just ate a steak. I feel so bad about eating cows because cows seem like really chill, cool people, and I feel like cows would be awesome pets because they're so chill, and instead we eat them. Also, my Chinese zodiac is a cow, so maybe I feel some connection to them. Sean Toad got the chat to work on mobile. Welcome to stream, Sean Toad. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. Hope you're having a wonderful time out and about, being mobile on the streets. Troy Sam says, "I have a question. With job market looking not so great, do you think being a plumber is a great / viable route to survive?" For sure, bro. I mean, I don't think the AI is going to automate plumbers anytime soon. I don't think you can ask ChatGPT, "Hey, ChatGPT, can you remove the shit from my house for me?" You know, toilets are going to have to exist. And I guess maybe ChatGPT could help everyone become a plumber, but I don't even think it... Yeah, I think even if ChatGPT could teach everyone how to be a plumber, I don't think most people want to be a plumber because they don't like to deal with toilets and shit. Not that there's anything wrong or demeaning about it, you know. It's just humans don't want to do that shit. So I feel like plumbers will never go out of demand. You know, plumbers, electricians, all that good shit. I feel like you can always there's always money in the plumber stand. So there's that. I do feel like sometimes people are a bit overblown about the job market being bad because yes, the job market isn't great, but like we're still like maybe at least 5, maybe at least 1 year away, maybe at least 6 months away from AI automating all jobs. So we can still, there's still like 6 months of money we can extract from our corporate overlords. Shamato says, "Thinking South Africa for this one or the last one? You think this is South Africa, bro? Maybe am I that far behind on chat? I don't get the vibe this is South Africa at all, but maybe I'm being racist." K-Dog says RCT. I was thinking about playing RCT. The thing about Roller Coaster Tycoon is that like it stresses me out because I was playing it a little bit off stream, and I could like the thing that stresses me out I haven't figured out is like sometimes your land is like on a hill, and then you can't build on the hill, but you already put shit on the hill. And then like your whole thing gets fucked up because like because you run out of money and then you can't move your place and it's all fucked up. I think we're maybe in Montana. Let's see if we're right. We gotta move along. Idaho. Makes sense. Dylan Taylor says Minecraft Therapy Live. Cassim says father. I feel like I missed the I missed the conversation about that. Maybe father the game. If you let me know again, I will update my context. Minecraft. Troy Sam says 622 in Wichita. That's like the name of a Drake song, dude. 622 in Wichita. K-Dog says beards are lame, they're annoying. I do feel like beards are maybe a little overrated. You grow a beard and everyone suddenly, you literally like, if you're like a 6 out of 10 human being, if you grow a beard, I feel like society all of a sudden treats you like an 8 out of 10 human being. I don't know how to describe it, but that's the vibe. I get an Australian vibe from this, I don't know why. Sokla says, watching Moose doze off real time is doing something to my heart. Moose does seem to, like, sometimes I feel bad about streaming because, like, I don't get to actively play with Moose, but it does seem to calm his heart. It warms my heart as well. Beards do give carpet burn, TBH. I guess there's a line. I guess, as a man, to me, just the more facial hair you have, the more of a sick alpha male you are. However, that, I'm sure not everyone has a fucked up worldview of masculinity as me. Chasm says mailbox sighting. However, we already finished that level. K-Dog says you got time intro. We all need pause, repose, respite. So true. I'll bring it up again. I'm sure we've mentioned this in stream before. Lying flat. How do you say that in Chinese? It's like a Chinese movement to just not do anything. Lying flat, or tang ping, is a social trend where people reject intense work pressure, long hours, and traditional life goals like buying a house or getting married. Fuck that shit. Avocado toast for life. Never get married. It began in China around 2021 as a response to demanding work schedules and high living costs. What is lying flat? Stepping back. Choosing a simple, low-pressure life. For example, streaming and napping all day and having a bad sleep schedule instead of chasing career success. Working less. Doing just enough odd jobs. For example, streaming or making a YouTube video every month. Or minimal hours to cover basic needs. For example, the DoorDash I order, which is not a basic need at all. Rejecting pressure. Refusing to take part in the heavy competition of modern work culture. That's right. Y'all can have that shit and shove it. I will be Tang Ping. Kasim says cowsies. That's right. K-Dog says I love cows. I love cows too. I've like resisted. I know, like, ethically I should watch like a slaughterhouse video to like educate myself on like the horrors I'm putting cows through. But if I feel like that would just make me feel really bad. ESOS20 says Minecraft Therapy Live would definitely be insane. We did set up the community Minecraft server. If anyone would like to join it. Sorry, Moose. I woke him up with my loud ass glass of water slam. So I might play in the community Minecraft server, or I might just do the single player one. Let me know if people have a preference. Troy Sam says, I have a tough time breaking into entry-level data analyst roles / budget analyst roles / contract specialist fed / state jobs, but I don't know if I can get those and worried they will get wiped out by AI. Entry-level data analyst, budget analyst, contract specialist. I mean, I can imagine those are difficult to break into nowadays, especially, with AI. And I feel like even without the rise of AI, those jobs, like just from like, because like America has become so like, what's the word? Credential inflation. America has gotten so like, everyone keeps getting like more and more degrees, and like there's more and more people graduating from college. So like there's just more people who are, I feel like, are fighting over like less jobs. I feel like the number of jobs have not kept up with like the percentage increase in like college attendance. So I can understand that. I believe you can get them, bro. I feel like in the modern day, like they used to say like don't spray and pray job applications. I feel like with AI, with like how fucked up the job market is, you kind of do just have to spray and pray job applications. And this is advice coming from an unemployed person, so maybe don't take this advice. But also, coach don't play. But definitely, at least with a spray and pray strategy, you can at least get feedback as to as to where you are in the job market. Like if you get 100 rejections from spring and praying, then maybe you know that like maybe you should update your resume. But I do feel like a big part of surviving a job hunt and getting a job at the end of it is like dealing with like the emotional stress of a job hunt, because I feel like it's just because like corporate culture is so like unemotional. I feel like we think that we're supposed to run a job hunt in our personal lives also unemotionally. Like just have a spreadsheet, apply for jobs, just go through the checklist of like how to get a job, preparing for interview, etc. However, like because the job market is so tough, getting rejected from companies is like an emotional situation or deal that like we have to deal with, and if you don't deal with it properly, it can probably affect your job hunt. None of this, I guess, is really actionable advice. I'm telling you to basically not feel bad about the job hunt, but I feel like it is important to like keep that in mind. That sometimes you gotta you're not a job applying robot, and ironically realizing that can help you apply to more jobs and get a job. K-Dog says, I can show you on BC how to build on the hill. There is like a button, right, to mow down the hills and stuff. I did not experiment with that the last time I was playing because I got so frustrated I rage quit the last 2 times I tried to play Roller Coaster Tycoon. However, I would appreciate the coaching. I guess it's a good idea. We'll play some Roller Coaster Tycoon. We'll play some Minecraft, and I'll try not to rage quit. There's some Spanish here. Cabanas, piscanas, camping, which apparently is the Spanish word, and playa, which is beach. Oh, La Rio. That's Rio, bro. That's Rio de Janeiro, right? Isa says, I would love to see you play Celeste live, Intromad. Celeste. Video game. It's a 2018 platform game. Oh, I've seen this game. I've downloaded Hollow Knight. It reminds me of Hollow Knight, the vibe. I'll play Celeste for sure. Probably not today because I'm not gonna buy it on Steam right now. But I'll save this tab so I remember to play it. Troy Sam says, that's why I'm just going straight to become a plumber. Not sure if I can really pursue this route, but yeah, that's my story. I support it, bro. I support it. Someone rang my bell. Hold on. Who's ringing my bell? Give me a second, bro. Moose got disturbed by that, too.
Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue.
I'm choosing to ignore the bell ringing. Sorry, I scared Moose out of his position because he likes to sit. Oh, sorry, probably can't hear me. Fix the Moose cam first. Moose cam. You're a star, Moose. Someone rang my bell again. Hold on. I actually have to check this out now.
La bachata. Música, 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 te traigo música, 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 música de la República. Ajá.
I'm choosing to ignore it. Once again, I'm triggered about hating NYC. This is why I hate NYC, bro. Literally just random people ring your doorbell and you're expected to like figure it out. I don't know no one, bro. There's no one important that should be ringing my doorbell. If there was truly was a family emergency, they would not be ringing my doorbell. They would be calling me. So whoever the fuck ass is that's ringing my doorbell, you can go fuck yourself. I don't know you. Go fuck yourself. Sean Matode says, beards are pretty chill. I like my beard without I think I'd look odd. I will say, after seeing Sean Matode's face on voice chat, I do like Sean Matode's beard. I think he's a very handsome lad. I think he's a Lang Jai. Call back to last stream. Kasim says, I enjoy beards, but the carpet burn do be real. What is a carpet burn beard? I don't even know what that is. Could we be here? Close enough. Alright, let us play some... Let's play some Roller Coaster Tycoon. And then we'll do Minecraft. I do believe, you know, not that being first grants you powers, although Dylan's handle does have special powers for being first. I believe... What's going on? Now there's honking outside. This is actually... I'm choosing to ignore it. I'm choosing to ignore it. Even Moose got triggered by the honk. This is what I'm saying, everyone. New York City drives you fucking crazy. There's honking. There's people ringing my doorbell. I'm just trying to stream. I'm trying to stream, everyone, okay? Can a man stream without having to go outside to fucking deal with whatever the fuck is going on outside that has nothing to do with me? Because I'm inside, bro. I got nothing to do with that shit right now. This is scary. Some of these pictures are scary. And why is it a bunch of women? I don't think this is what I'm supposed to be looking at. Sorry, that was NSFW. I'm so anyway, K-Dog says, I'm racist against beards. They're evil. That's where they hold the evil. I saw a study that, like, beards make you appear more friendly. Beards, friendlier study. And it's, like, a real study. Look, we're on the National Library of Medicine. Men's facial hair preferences reflect facial hair impression management across contexts, and men know it. I mean, that's obvious. It's basically saying if you like beards, you're going to grow a beard. There was some study where, like, if you have a beard, men with beards make better partners, study suggests. Oh, this is the one. New research finds beards amplify displays of anger and friendliness, which is true. This guy with a beard, he looks like a granola-ass motherfucker who's, like, nice. This guy looks psycho. You know. This, no beard, this guy looks psycho. This, with a beard, this guy looks like Bob Ross. However, I wonder if this is more specific to this guy and his facial structure specifically. I can understand being against beards, though. Sean Matode says, I have not kissed a bearded individual, but I can definitely imagine having felt my beard. I always wonder, like, do you get food stuck in your beard? I feel like people with beards say yes. I don't have enough facial hair to, like, know if food will get stuck in there. Sean Matode says, hire an AI to apply to a job so another AI can review its work. I mean, it's literally like in the job market where, like, the companies have their AI agents review our applications, which are written by our AI agents. It's I don't know what's going on anymore. The horrors are a little too much for me. Kasim says, not feeling bad about the job hunt is impossible, TBH. I mean, I agree. It, you know, as humans, I think we're, like, naturally, you know, we're naturally don't like to be rejected. We don't like to be rejected from the in-group. And that's basically what getting rejected from a job is. It's like, you can't join our club. Any recommendations on what map to pick so I don't get triggered? K-Dog, if you would be so kind to let me know. If not, that's fine. I'm going to take a moment to catch up on chat a little bit as well. Also, Moose, you can't have your face be out of view. We're never going to be able to rake in the AdSense if we don't have those cute puppy eyes. He's on strike. He says. He says, I did not agree to this. Where's my cut? All right, we'll let Moose chill. He's done. He's put in a hard day's work of being a child actor. The camera's fucked up. Is it fucked up? It's not fucked up. Just like the Sprouse twins and Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen. Sorry, I don't even know if you can hear me because I'm not talking into the mic. Just like all child actors, Moose he's got a limit on how many hours he can work. So I feel he's done a good job. Thank you, Moose, for your sacrifice, and you can have a nice. He's now napping in his bed. Esauce8920 says, I'm working on a Claude managed job application system as I'm watching the stream. Haha. I'm trying to get on your level, bro, because I feel like if I locked in for 3 days, I could create an AI job application system that would apply to 100 jobs a day to me. So you and me, we're on the same level. If I so could, I would love to fork your GitHub project. Choice Sam says, thanks for your answer. Your advice made me feel better. Thanks. I appreciate it, Choice Sam. Well, I don't appreciate it. That's not the right thing to say. I would say, my default is I appreciate it. I'm glad to hear that, bro. Honestly, talking about that out loud made me feel a little bit better too about my job hunt process. So that's why I appreciate it. We're doing this. We're in this together. Esauce920 says, I don't like the idea of it applying for me, but I think AI is very useful for managing context about job apps, removing repetitive tasks, finding jobs, etc. I mean, so much of the employer side of them creating and processing job applications is managed by AI that no human could do it. You know what I mean? It makes sense to fight fire with fire or AI with AI. Dead Paris is Hollow Knight. I do have Hollow Knight, though it's not downloaded on my computer. Maybe we can do that next time too. And Celeste. Two platformers. Are they platformers? I have no idea. Sockless, we have Bell ringtone reveal. I know. What do you guys think about it? There's a few different ringtones on my computer, but they I've eventually settled on that one. I guess they're all just NPC ringtones, so who knows. Shamso says, spoiler, one of us is at the door. One skills of all he finally doxed my ass. I finally just showed enough of the street where I live through the window that he's got my fucking ass. Play the music. Put the music in the bag, dog. So I tried to play this level, K-Dog, and anyone else who's interested in my roller coaster tycoon antics. And I tried to place a roller coaster in this square, but then I ran out of space to put the line back to the main road. So it was I rage quit. In fact, I think it's I'll show it to you guys. It's this one. We don't need to load. I put a roller coaster right here. Oh, I built a roller coaster right here. But the entrance is here and the exit's right here, but it's totally enclosed by the roller coaster itself, and I have no idea how to fix this situation, so I rage quit. Deb says, one skill's finally tracked down where he lives. That's what I'm saying. Let us go back. Reload that level again. Chasm says, never open the door, folks. That's another thing. Whoever you are ringing my bell, the fact that I wasn't expecting you to ring my bell, how the fuck am I supposed to know who you are? You could be a serial killer. I'm not opening the door for anyone. I don't even open the door for the DoorDash driver, because what if the DoorDash driver wants to kill me for some reason? You know what I mean? 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 So, I do not fuck with people ringing my door. I don't like it when people ring my door. They simply gotta get the fuck out of there. I missed a message from Hiei that was redacted. I switched to live chat to try and see it. However, it was still redacted. And now it's gone. K-Dog says, what if it's the love of your life? I appreciate... but then, I don't appreciate unexpected doorbell usage either. Kessim says, no unexpected doorbell. K-Dog says, I don't care if that's the love of my life. They need to go away. It's like my apartment is supposed to be my sanctuary, right? And someone is interrupting that with their presence. Not only interrupting it, but like being fucking weird about it, where like they need me to come to the door right now. If you're my IRL friend and you have my phone number and you come to my apartment, you need to call me, bro. You cannot be ringing my bell for any reason. So basically, if you know me, you need to call me, not ring my bell, because that shit's crazy. See, I'm afraid to put this somewhere, because wherever I put it, it's gonna be fucked up. It's gonna be fucked up. I'm not gonna know how to get the exit. How to get people to exit this place. I can see the two entrances and exits are like right there. Dylan Sandal says they want to switch your electricity provider. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but yeah. There's literally nothing important that could be going on. If one of my parents were to have a medical emergency, they would not be ringing my doorbell, you know. So everyone who's ringing my doorbell, by the sheer nature that like the way they're contacting me is ringing the doorbell, they needs to fuck off. Where I can see like the outline of the entrance and exit, but I have no idea where it is. Let's start with some basic ass thrill rides. Sakla says the honking was pretty loud. Holy shit, I would be stressed if I can hear car sounds with this level of clarity. Like this, I'm saying like, people, read your instructions. LOL. Trash cans. Okay, wait. I do see okay though. They're at the bottom of chat that I haven't caught up to. So let me catch up to chat. Hold on, I'll read them now, and then I can do them while I read the early of chat. Start with a layout of restrooms, park info booths, trash cans, thrill rides, then gentle rides, then coasters. Start with a layout of restrooms. Interesting. The restrooms are important? Should I charge people for the restroom like a true capitalist? Anyway. Yeah. I know that me complaining about New York City is a bit of a meme, but truly, like, the honking, the children screaming outside at the top of their lungs at all hours of the day, like, me no gusta. Me no gusta, and it's at the point where I wear AirPods and earplugs in my house all day because I can't be dealing with this shit. K-Dog says, SF stress me. I'm trying to fuck off to the middle of the woods. Too bad I need a software engineering job. I don't believe those are in the woods. Restroom. I don't think we need a queue for restroom. Restroom number 2, please. The shithole. I'm blanking out. How do I buy this? There we go. Sockless is back to Mr. Langjai. That can be, everyone can be a Langjai. Langjai, Langjai is a mindset. It's like, like last stream, how I was saying everyone, you don't have to be a man to be a bro, and you don't have to be a woman to be a queen. You don't have to be a Jai to be a Langjai. You could just be a Langjai. Change your name to Moose is Human. That would be a good YouTube channel name. I bet I could reach 1 million off that. I could be the Mr. Beast of dogs. Moose, you think you could be the Mr. Beast of dogs? Do you think you can be the Mr. Beast of dogs, Moose, so we can be rich and I can buy you steak and I can DoorDash food for myself without feeling guilty? His ass does not know what a job is. Every time I pick up this fucking thing, I need to center it again. There we go. Roller Coaster Tycoon was 3, a motivation one day to learn assembly. It is crazy that this game is built in assembly. I would love to know if this current version of the game is built in assembly. Dynamite Dunes kind of sucks. I mean, do you have a once again, do you have a recommended level? If not, you can try and beat this one and then beat another one. Park info booths. Where do I haven't even found where to do that yet. Charge them, King. You can live out in our closet like Harry Potter. If there was a free closet in M&Hen that I could live in, I mean, my ass would be in the closet. Info booth? I don't even see info booths here. Dog. Make your whole park just restrooms? That's not a bad idea. I mean, look at this long-ass walk to get... They basically have to do a hike to get to the roller coaster. This is like a 30-minute trip. I'm sure at least 10% of people will need to use a bathroom after entering my park. I gotta deal with that shit. Trash can. I don't even know where to build trash cans either. Dynamite Dunes admission price is free? I don't know, dog. Let's hire some handymen, hire a mechanic, hire a security guard, hire staff, and now we have to rename our we have to come up with funny names for everyone. What about Kylian Mbappe? What about Leoy Trotsky? Mechanics. What about Shia LaBeouf from Transformers? Restrooms don't need to be that close. That's true. I guess I could have put one right here for people who change their mind. We'll put another one. Security guard. Now this is a funny one. Who's a good security guard? Maybe Channing Tatum. He did protect the president in that one movie. And an entertainer. Entertainer. Who's my favorite OnlyFans model? Let's go with... I mean, she did release her new album recently. Ariana Grande. I haven't listened to it, but I am excited to listen to it. Let's put another bathroom right here for all of the piss boys out there. This one will be called Piss Boys. And then we're going to do thrill rides. Cassim says, my mom always told me never answer a door, even if it's Jesus Christ. That's good advice. See, I feel like maybe I'm being a psychotic man, because I feel like if I don't answer the door, that's like me saying I'm afraid of whoever's at the door. And like, as a man, my fragile ego cannot like take that being like alphaed by someone who doesn't even exist. So I'm like, I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm gonna fucking open the door. and then I get fucking murdered, and I get triggered by feeling like I need to answer the door all the time. So that's good advice. I'm gonna save that one. Hato says you need maybe 3 or 4 restrooms for the whole park. You got 3. I feel like this isn't the right amount of bathrooms for a park of our size, just visually. This is not bathroom world. Although, can you imagine? That would be a sick place. There is a restaurant in Taiwan that that serves food out of toilets. Pretty hilarious shit. Yo. It's a basic ass blue line because I tried experimenting with different colored cues and it fucked my vibes up. I think that's why my previous attempts at Dynamite Dunes were unsuccessful. Let's open. Oh my god. I love how the creator of this, he updated the game for like the modern days, but he didn't update the UI at all. He's like, it's part of the experience to get fucked. I'll say the 3 spins of death. Trick is also looping footpaths. Yeah. I gotta keep people trapped in the park. They can't get to the entrance of the shithole too? What's wrong with the shithole too, bro? It's right on the path. What do you mean they can't get there? Can I pick it up and move it? I still don't know how to move things in this game either. It just blinks and there's nothing I can do. They can't get to the shithole too? Why, bro? Maybe I can sell it? I'll demolish the shithole too. Don't worry, the shithole too will rise again. Connect every path in a big circle. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. See, but this hill is fucking my shit up. The shithole too. White boy waste Channing Tatum. White boy wasted. It's a white boy summer, y'all. Oh, to be a white boy in white boy summer. That's, you know, the Asian men yearn for white boy summer. I think that's what I'm trying to say. What about right here, dog? This is also not connected to anything, dude. What about right here? There we go. John Smith. Sorry, I don't know why I said it. I said it like that, like I was insulting your name, when it's actually the most generic name ever. Now I actually insulted your name. I think John Smith is a beautiful name. John Smith, OI7ZU, says, same, I also opened the door without looking at the risk of losing my kidneys. It's the masculine urge to open the door when, like, you don't know who it is because you're not a beta male. And no one's gonna ring your bell without you answering it. Because what if it's a woman who wants to have sex with you? That's actually how men think. You know, what if it's a pizza delivery person who came to the wrong door and they're gonna have sex with you, like in porn? Y'all know about porn? That niche topic. K-Dog says it should be Bathroom World. I mean, we have spent the most time on the bathroom in this game. What is my goal on this, by the way? I don't even know. Thrill rides, then gentle rides, then coasters. We have to work up your way to, like, you know, you got to work your way up to roller coasters. If roller coasters are Sex 2, then normal coasters are Sex 1. A lot of sex talk today. I'm gonna blame that on seeing the CEO of Sex Meme since Spider-Man has come out. Took a deep dive into the CEO of Sex Meme. See, what am I supposed to do here? I'm clicking the button to make it go down. It doesn't want to go down. There's a button that says raise. There's a button. There are a bunch of random hieroglyphics on the screen. Casim says, is it White Boy Summer? I believe White Boy Summer was 2023 or 2024. It was White Boy Summer, immediately followed by Brat Summer. And then, I don't know what this summer is. I think it's white girl summer. Olivia, Gracie, now Ariana. Oh, game. Oh, you silly game. So this is to increase the size of the thing I'm doing. This is to, I don't know what. I'm pressing the down button, but it then resets to up when I get there. What's this? Clear. This also does nothing. Water. I can also water the area. See, this is prime real estate where I want to put a roller coaster, but because I'm stupid, I don't know how to adjust the land. I guess we'll put our other fucking rides here. Also, where's my music, man? Where's my music? Put the music in the bag. Put the music in the bag. Sound. Thank you. There we go. Now I'm living. Now I'm experiencing life. Dylan Sandals says, you should get revenge by ringing their door back. If only I knew where they live, bro. Sometimes I do feel a bit mischievous. Like I've been wronged by New York City so much. Sometimes I just want to give it back to New York City for a second. That's why my ass will be out there like crossing the street like an insane pedestrian, daring people to hit me. Just because I'm like, you know what? You drivers are assholes. I hope you do hit me. And then I will be suing your ass. That is how my crazy ass be thinking. Alright, we actually can create like a little nice area for our cool rides here. So like we can put a haunted house here. Maybe. Maybe put a haunted house right here. Put the exit maybe right here. We'll put a merry-go-round right here for all the babies. The babies who need their baby ride. Maybe right here. You juke around the restrooms to get in here. Get your ass in here. Get your ass out there. John Smith says exactly. You get it, man. Men, sometimes I feel like, you know, there's a lot being said about men out there. And I would say a lot of it is justified. You know, Joe Rogan, he's done a lot of bad. Joe Rogan and Donald Trump alone, they've done a lot of bad shit to the man brand. However, I would say this is big ride, dude. I didn't realize this ride was going to be so big. See, this is my fear. I'm going to put this somewhere, and people are not going to be able to get out of this ride. Maybe we put her right here. There should be enough space still for me to put an entrance and exit somewhere, right? Please, God and Jesus, if you are real, let me place this ride here. Where's the entrance? This is the entrance? How am I supposed to connect this? Oh, it goes around to here. That's a confusing entrance, but I think I can make it work. See, my ass is fucked up now. I'm like, this is the entrance? You see, it's now in the way. It's in the way of my haunted house, bro. Fuck my life. We have to demolish the haunted house. Where's the entrance? This is the entrance. We have to get people here. We're going to build a queue. We're going to build a queue. I'm not going to crash out. I'm a normal human being. I can do this. Fuck you, roller coaster tycoon. You think you can trigger me? You think you can trigger my ass? Well, you're right. Oh, I'm so slow. I'm so slow in chat. Customers, what if it's a sexy pizza delivery person? I don't know if you said that before I said that, but if you did say that before I said that, we're on the exact same wavelength, Cat Sims. What if it's that's how men think? They're like Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson taught me that there might be a sexy pizza woman who's awaiting me. And now the layout is fucked here. Fuck. My fucking life. Something like this, please, God. Roller Coaster Tycoon got my ass begging for mercy from God. Something like this, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Or Muhammad, you know. Or Buddha. Anyone, bro. Alright, here we go. We're going to open both of our rides. And instead of this, we're going to call this something else. Stramato, new dating strat. Pull up at your crush's house unannounced and request sex. That's literally like you know, modern dating advice. That, you know, I posted a video in the Discord of like a few weeks ago, maybe like even last month, of like, you know, like some weird like dating tips that men have. Like a literal dating tip men give each other is like, you should approach random women on the street and ask them on a date. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Maybe like you could do that once a year. I'll be generous. Once every 6 months with like someone you truly like feel like, you know, Matt Damon in Zoo, how he went up to this random chick in the coffee shop and asked her out, but it wasn't creepy because it's Matt Damon and he's handsome and it was a romantic comedy. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. that I'm saying that's the advice men give each other is to do shit like that, but every day. You can't do that every day, bro. Look at the psychosis New York City has brought us down. It all started because New York City rang my doorbell, and now my ass is out here talking about having sex with the pizza delivery woman. When 99.9% of pizza delivery people are men, for the exact reason that being a female pizza delivery woman, I'm sure, is scary. Dead Perry says, "Oh, sorry, I've got no money to pay you for the pizza, but I'm sure we can figure something out." It's our men, the male mind on porn, you know, is not good. It's no bueno. Meanwhile, the feminine urge to pretend you're not in your apartment when you clear your yard, says Cat Sims. I love to do that. It's so fun to be like, I'm in here, you're out there. Technically, if you try to get in here, I'm calling the cops, so you gotta leave. That's the great thing about living somewhere, is that even if Jeff Bezos himself came to your house, if you said, "Jeff, you gotta get the fuck out of here," his ass has to get the fuck out of there, or you could call the cops on his ass. That's great. Chet Hanks released White Boy Summer in 2021? I'm so old, bro. I'm so old. I literally thought this White Boy Summer was like 2023, and followed by Brat Summer. My ass is old. All right, this shit is fucking raised, bro. This shit is fucked up. I don't know how I'm gonna build shit like this. K-Dog says my mom would answer the door with a Glock. Is that a feminine urge? I think that is the feminine urge. Because men don't answer the door with a gun because they're like, I'm going to beat you up with my fists. Because men are psychotic. Neil Sandals says, NYC turning you into a Joker? That I turned into a Joker because of NYC, I think, 2 years ago. Kazim says, when I was in college, I was like, please hit me. I need to pay for college. Stanford drivers are crazy. Because, like, at Stanford, there are those crosswalks where like you have to yield to pedestrians, but then like sometimes they don't yield because they're crazy. And I would also be like, bro, if you hit me, I will be charging you $1 million in a court of law. So don't think that don't play with me. Don't play with me. I have to build a non-wheelchair accessible ramp. I'm sorry. Actually, this is wheelchair accessible. I'm actually being very inclusive right now. Can I build one that's like on a curve, please? Yes, going this way. Excellent. Well, and then let's have it go down to yes, sea level, as the kids say. And now can I just build it normally? John Smith's... Oh, I7 Zizu says, I do the same when I'm having a bad day. I'm honestly so behind chat that I've lost context, so I'm going to speed back up to chat right now. Kessim says, gets hit by some dude's Lambo. And it's never getting hit by a Lambo either. It's getting hit by like a fucking Prius. Tados says, we stand a suicidal darting into traffic king. I had to stop because like I was putting Moose in danger, and I was like, it's not fair to Moose. Kessim says, going at 20 miles an hour because it's Palo Alto. If I get hit at 20 miles an hour, I will be faking my death, or at least like severe internal injury. I will not be getting up. Let's put it this way. If you hit me with your car at 20 miles an hour, if you hit me with your car at 5 miles an hour, I will not be getting up until the ambulance arrives. That is but a fact that I would like you to know before you hit me. One Skills of All, welcome to the stream. One Skills of All says, hello party people, I was eating. Hope you had a nice meal, One Skills of All. As I said earlier in chat, I ate right before stream, and now I'm feeling very glad if I did, because if I didn't, I would be crazy right now. One Skills says they're sorry about Sockless missing the breakfast stream. It wasn't that good. I thought it was good. I never knew you could mix mustard with eggs. One Skill says all it takes for one good VC is a push, bro. Dude, that's like, you know, y'all ever see the video of the guy who starts a dance by himself? I'll actually send him a Discord later. But like, you know, sometimes he starts a dance party by himself. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. Sometimes you know, the activation energy exists, and you must defeat it. So, thank you, One Skills of All, for taking the bullet on the activation energy today. Esau says, good night, intro man. I'm gonna take a snoozer now. Have a nice night, Esauce. I hope good job on having a good bedtime, bro. You're doing great. You're doing great, sweetie. Keep on keeping on. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of everyone. Dog. We can do it. We can be the best people that ever lived. Something like this. This actually works. Oh my god, we can open this. We'll call it the shithole. The shit your pants hole. There was a mustard debate, Katsim says. There was a mustard debate. There's the funny... you know, talking about how One Skills of All has a lot of mustard in his fridge, it reminded me of this... It was also sent in the Discord. They can't get to the shit your pants hole? What's wrong here, bro? This guy got there. What's wrong with this line? It's one thing too short, bro? Fuck my life, dude. How do I adjust this now? Okay, we have to raise this. We have to demolish this. We have to... Oh yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought. It reminded me of this video. You know the video of like how this software engineer lives in the Bay Area on $200,000 a year, and his fridge looks depressing as fuck. My fridge looks depressing as fuck. I don't have 4 mustards. I feel like if my fridge had 4 mustards, that means I've made it somehow. Gonzalo says, honey mustard is not too good. Dijon is where it's at. I love myself a good horseradish paste wasabi. I like mustard. However, I don't use enough. Like, literally, if I buy a mustard, I don't use enough mustard to, like, use it all before it expires. And, like, mustard takes, like, fucking 6 months to expire. So, that is... Why is this closed, dude? Broken down? Sir? Shia LaBeouf from Transformers, you need to get on this, sir? Please fix my thing, bro. Shia LaBeouf from Transformers, you're being so lazy right now. Oh, it's because I didn't put you anywhere ever? Oh, I see. The park with the worst food in the country? There's literally no food at my place. How could it be the worst food? That's a fallacy, dude. Sorry, I never hired Leo Trotsky. I never actually told... Just like One Skills of All's internship, I never actually emailed all my employees to show up. So I just hired them, and they never arrived. They're all here now. Though. K-Dog's a sexy pizza woman. The masculine urge to talk about sexy pizza woman. Doesn't know those 15 viewers are a record. I have no idea, dude. I try not to watch the analytics because it stresses me out. But maybe. I remember someone told me when a few months ago, there were like 2 viewers. And I was like, listen, bro, it's a tough job market out there for YouTubers. You got 2 viewers, you gotta take those 2 viewers and thank God. Deb Harris says I pray to NASDAQ. You gotta pray to our Lord and Savior, money. Now's a great time, I guess. I guess the game is telling me I need to build some food. Also, turn on my music. Once again, I want all the music, bro. I want all the music all the time. Once who else says, what if you went to heaven but said Dow Jones? But God said Dow Jones. If I went to heaven and God said Dow Jones, I think that would actually be like... That would actually make me think that, like, God truly is, like, beyond my comprehension as a mere human being. That would, like, it makes so little sense that I'd be like, oh, he truly is God, and, like, I have no way of, like, comprehending his machinations with my tiny pea brain. I wouldn't be surprised if God said NASDAQ at all. Why this no connect to the road? Dude, it's gonna tell me your shop is not connected to the road, and it's gonna make me upset. K-Dog says I would kiss God, all hail finance. That's what I'm saying. Sean Toad says, Ayo homie's got a drop. It was nice to watch the stream. Thank you, intro. Thanks for hopping on the stream, Sean the Toad. Hope you have a wonderful night. Hope you get out there and have some sex, dude. It's only 8:30 p.m. on the East Coast. 8:30 p.m. on the East Coast. Never too late to get out. It's not too late to get out there and have sex, and that's for everyone. On God, touch some grass and have some sex. Got sex on the brain today. Once again, I blame the CEO of Sex Me and the Spider-Man movie being released. See, this worked. What's up with that? We'll call this drink time. The shit your pants hole has no path leading from its exit? Oh my god. Everyone's getting stuck. It truly is a horrific experience. Once you enter the shit your pants hole, you can't leave. Alright, let's fix the shit your pants hole. This is not high enough, dude. Yeah, something like this. Something like this. Oh, I don't want a footpath, though. I want this. Oh. They're just yeeting themselves out, even though the path is not finished. There we go. Information kiosk. I finally unlocked the information kiosk at Doom. K-Dog/Doom was mentioning. Everyone's saying bye to Sean. Note that no one wished Sean to have sex though. Only I did that. Only I was a kind enough human being to wish Sean to have sex. K-Dog says let's build food. Amen. Oh, this burger bar is attached to the road. Interesting. I'll call this one Slaughterhouse 150. Poultice Geist says, does YouTube keep you afloat? It does keep me afloat. I'm very grateful for, like, YouTube. I feel like, you know, for a moment there, you know, I just got so overwhelmed with YouTube because I thought that, like, because I reached, like, a certain number of subscribers, that meant, like, I had to, like, be getting more subscribers for the rest of my life until I died. But that shit is stressful. That shit's stressful, and, like, that's not what I'm on YouTube for. I'm on YouTube just to have a good time. That's it. And I'm very appreciative that I could run ads on this shit too. I appreciate everyone who watches. I don't know what the fuck ads are on YouTube nowadays. I do pay for YouTube Premium as a business expense. However, I'm sure there's some fucked up ads on there. I don't blame anyone who watches YouTube with ad block. I have ad block on all my devices. I cannot be fucked with the ads, bro. What are we gonna call this one? Any ice puns? Maybe nice ice. Nice wholesome place in our fucked up place. Throw an information kiosk here. Wow. I'm having such a relaxing time playing this game. I realize now why people enjoy this game, and it's all because I thank you, K-Dog, for the ice. It's because before I wanted to start off building a fucking roller coaster, and it triggered me. But now I'm working my way up there. You stupid motherfucker, come here. Come here. Cyclo says, had a lot of fun watching you repeat jar of olives in Discord. See, that's an inside joke I'm not aware of. That's how you know that we live in an egalitarian society. Get out there and have some sex. Yeah, that's 2 people who are telling you guys to have some sex. 3 people. Cassim says, get out there and get some pizza delivery ladies. One skill says, sex isn't real. Yeah, I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of sex. K-Dog says, that won't require serious orchestration at all. Organic, sexy pizza woman encounter POV. Dudes be like, bring your finest homegirls. Like I'm a sex trafficker. That's like actually what Drake raps about, unironically. Sexy pizza woman encounter. I mean, I guess you just start going to every pizza store and hitting on women. However, if you do that, I'm pretty sure the cops are going to be called, and you will be put in a registry. And also, that's fucked up. So don't do that shit. Alright, see? Now you got some good shit. I would love to build a roller coaster. However, to build a roller coaster, I believe that would mean we have to flatten this land somehow. However, this is a mini roller coaster. This baby-ass roller coaster. K-Dogs... Oh, one skill ball says, woe virginity be upon ye. You jest, but words have power. One skill ball. One skill says, I'm giving it back personally. Giving what back? Giving sex back? I think there's no refund policy with sex. Poltergeist says it's very good to hear because I saw the vid saying you were looking for a 9 to 5. The 9 to 5 sweet grind is pretty garbage unless you really want to make other people money while being paid a pittance for it. I mean, I am looking to kind of be on the 9 to 5 sweet grind because like that is what my degree is in. However, I do understand that like, you know, a lot of people in the SWE industry seem to be guys like me who talk about how their fucking souls have been exorcised from their bodies and they're ready to be with Christ. So I totally get what you're saying. You know, if it sounds like maybe you're on the 9 to 5 sweet grind or you have experience with it. If that's the case, I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing well. I hope we all make it, bro. I hope like the AI, like this is obviously not gonna be what's gonna happen, but like in a utopia, the AI would work out in such a way that like they do all the work for us, and then the rest of us can have like universal basic income and like not do anything ever. However, we live in a society, so like that's not gonna be what happens. But I don't even know where I was going with that. We're talking about SWE, and then I was fucking ranting about AI. I hope you're doing well is what I'm saying. Yeah, I hope you're doing well if you're experiencing that grind yourself. Because I can understand that, I feel like everyone who's ever been in the tech industry, they have like a shared knowledge of the struggle, which is funny because like, yes, we are, like people in the tech industry are paid like a lot more compared to like people in fucking retail or fast food. But also, it is a fucked up experience. I don't have enough money for any of these. What do we do now? I can't afford anything. I guess I could fast forward. What's my goal for this shit, bro? What's the park rating? Park rating at least 600? We got a park rating of 838, dog. So I'm gonna take this as a win, and we're gonna play some Minecraft. We're gonna save the level. It's no longer called Dynamite Dunes. We've taken it over. It's Introverted Dunes. It's part of the introverted network of theme parks. That was fun. Let's bask in the glory of our park for a second. Look, we built this shit, bro. We ourselves poured the concrete. We chopped the trees to harvest the lumber. We designed the mechanical system. This mechanical system is actually all entirely based on paper and string. That's what's pulling these cars along. Good for us, man. Philistine says only 3 likes. Like and subscribe. The Paris says, I hope the techno-communist utopia that Grimes talked about that one time comes true. Yeah. Like, technology, like, it could have already happened, right? Because we have enough technology to totally automate food production and shelter and water production, which is all we need, really, to survive. But, like, instead of, like, stopping there, we were like, but what if we built the Statue of Liberty? And now we're waiting for the day to automate everything. We got too greedy, I guess. We were like, but what if we could automate hamburgers instead of just automating wheat? We weren't happy with the oatmeal. Poultice guy says I was, but got laid off, and I'm living off that sweet severance for a while. I'm now trying to get that runway to think about the next thing. I'm still grinding leak code on the side for a bit. For a bit of insurance, though. You do got to be grinding the leak code. I really, like... Isn't it crazy that leak code, it still exists, even though, like, AI also exists, you know what I mean? Like, any leak code problem can literally be solved by an AI in 5 seconds. But we're still using leak code. What's up with that? Someone answer me that. Anyway, I'm glad you got that severance. That's beautiful to hear. It's beautiful to hear. I think we will do some single player Minecraft, honestly. Just so we can get it. Sometimes I feel like in Minecraft therapy, I don't actually get anything done. Like, I would love to beat the Ender Dragon one day in Minecraft therapy, but because Minecraft therapy is so sporadic, and when I'm playing Minecraft therapy, I often die and don't progress. In fact, like recently I lost my diamond pickaxe, so I unprogressed. I feel like, at this rate, we might beat I literally might be like 50 years old, like literally 50 years old before we beat the Ender Dragon in Minecraft therapy. And maybe by then I won't need therapy. I'll just have figured everything out. So we got to make some progress. I'm also glad you have insurance. Insurance is important. Insurance is important. Poltergeist says, I might try cold approaching with my time and eat shit as well. Cold approaching HUZ. I don't know what HUZ is. I'm not hip with the acronyms. My knowledge of acronyms stopped at Lamau. But I think cold approaching, like approaching woman. Are we back to that? I fear getting canceled if I talk more about cold approaching woman. I feel like I said everything I need to say. if that's what you mean. Honestly, I might be slandering you. HUZ. You're probably not saying that. I'm slandering you. But anyway, yeah. Like I said, it's good. It's good to have time to think about what you want. Glad you have a severance so you can think instead of feeling like rushed, like you need to hurry up, because sometimes you make bad decisions when you're rushed. Once you says, also I'm too afraid to cold approach women. That's why warm approach is better. Like, someone that goes where you do on some basis. I feel like warm approach just makes sense because like cold approaching women. Cold approaching woman advice for the guys with introverted madness. I feel like cold approaching women, you're basically approaching them because like you think they're physically attractive, right? That's why you cold approach women. You're not cold approaching them like because it's literally like you know nothing about them except how they look. So you're cold approaching them based on their appearance, and there's nothing wrong with being attracted to someone based on their appearance. However, it just is like weird vibes. I feel like weird vibes to be like, oh, you're basically like you're hot. I want to talk to you. Versus like if basically warm approaching someone, what's described as warm approaching is basically just getting to know someone, and then if you like them, asking them on a date, which I feel like that's just normal. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Take a shot. Now I'm fucked up, but you know what I mean. I feel like and of course sometimes you don't know too many womens. I believe it's I wouldn't be surprised to know that the average man doesn't have many female friends. However, that's not I feel like that is more of a symptom of other parts of your life rather than a problem that needs to be fixed by approaching women directly. Sakla says, I just found out I lost access to my Minecraft because I missed the Mojang Microsoft account migration period from like 3 years ago. I feel so dumb. That's okay. I thought that should happen like 5 years ago or 7 years ago, but Microsoft, I can't imagine what a cash cow Minecraft is for Microsoft. It's like their Fortnite. It's bigger than Fortnite. Castings, I think I did the same thing. It's probably still cheap though. It is like I think it's probably what $30. $30, which is it's not cheap. It's not $5. It's also not $60. It's $30, I think. Gaston says they gotta give up on leak code. I'm sorry. It's because like the employer class like just loves making the employee class like dance for them, like where their OnlyFans models or something. Like they just love humiliating us with the leak code. But it just doesn't make any sense. Kasim says, also, I think if you have a PhD, you shouldn't have to leak code. I'm sorry. I feel like the PhD is like, it's like, how like if you have a piece of paper that says you went to college, then like your employer isn't going to be like, oh, we have to teach you multiplication. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But it should be like if you have a PhD, your employer just assumes you know how to code because even if you don't know how to code, if you have a PhD, you can learn how to code in like a week. Honestly, it's not that hard. Cycle says, first time Minecraft being played on stream. I believe I have played Minecraft previously on stream, but I'm not sure what video that was. It was a few months ago at this point. Everyone's enjoying. Everyone's shouting out Minecraft. Once Galal says he can finally lock in, hopefully. I can medium lock in. I don't have to talk about my feelings. I can just riff. Which maybe frees, if normally 50% of my brain is reserved for Minecraft and 50% is reserved for talking in a regular Minecraft therapy, we might get 60% working on the Minecraft today. Let's try and look for some diamonds. I think that's a good goal for this, for however long we'll be streaming this. Poultice Guy says, some places do it to ensure you're not a total liar. That makes sense because, like, that makes sense if, like, the leak code problem is easy. But I find more often than not, the leak code problems are, like, unnecessarily hard, where they're, like, not just trying to test if, like, you're an idiot or like, you're lying about not being able to code. And even if you didn't know how to code, like I said, literally, if you don't know how to code, with AI, it'll literally take you like a week to learn how to code in 2026. It is simply that us software engineers don't want you to know that yet, because we are already losing our jobs, and we are afraid of what happens when people find out that you don't need a CS degree to code. Husband appreciation for hoes, aka woman. You can't be calling women hoes. This is a feminist stream. You can only call women hoes if it's spelled Heaux, the complimentary version of hoes. Sakla says, I do not have the confidence for a cold approach ever. Yeah, I would say, like, I would like to say that the reason I don't do a cold approaches is because it's like against my morals, but then also part of it is like I'm not confident. I don't look like Matt Damon, so there will be a lack of cold approaches for me in the near term and long term future. Hassim says, so many stupid PhD holders. I mean, there's some. Like I said, I feel like if you have a PhD, if you show you have the ability to work on a project for like 6 years, I'm sure you have the concentration to learn how to code. Let's find our house in this world, because I actually don't want to get lost in the Minecraft therapy world. Dylan's handle says, last I heard, Notch moved to Dallas. The European urge to move to Dallas. K-Dog says, I'm sleep. Have a good sleep, K-Dog. Have a good night. We are doing a cozy vibes, and it is raining in Minecraft. Perfect cozy. In fact, let's turn up this music, dog. Turn this shit up. Turn them rain sounds up, so that we can be properly ASMR'd. In fact, we're gonna raise the max volume. Kato says, I can't code, I promise you. But if you just typed into ChatGPT, I don't know how to code. Can you teach me how to code in 3 days? It will teach you how to code in 3 days. K-Dog is sleep. K-Dog says that they are the embodiment of sleep themselves. They are the Greek god of sleep, Sleepius. K-Dog says, I can cold approach for money, not for love. You're a salesman. You're the greatest salesman of all time. Chasm says, yeah, where is nice Minecraft rain? I love it when it rains in real life. Puts my heart at ease. One school says, Notch moved to Dallas? We're in Dallas, bruh. I wonder how Notch actually, Notch, I was going to say, like, some people, some people do something and then they get rich, but they're not set for life. Notch is set for life. I wouldn't be surprised if Notch was a billionaire. I mean, and he made this shit, bro. This is his art. He made this shit. And people make art in Minecraft. Chasm says, introverted ASMR. Minecraft does produce nice ASMR sounds. I feel like when I make Minecraft therapy, I turn the music down because I feel like sometimes it's distracting. But I feel like it fits. There's some nice sounds going on. One scholar says, what is his bit rate? Yeah, it was the rain, dude. Can't process all these pixels. It's like the camera is like has rain on it, you know what I mean? And you need your windshield wipers to wipe it away. You know what I mean? It's a true immersive experience. K-Dog supporting the bitrate. That's right. The bad bitrate is fake news. There's never been a better bitrate in history. The bitrate is great, and we're gonna make it even greater and bigger and better. All right, I now I feel because I'm not on voice chat. I feel I feel like I can do my Trump impression here. It's the Introverted Madness variety show. Great bitrate, best bitrate of all time. I see Trump has a voice. Best bitrate in all of history. Never been a bigger, better, faster bitrate. I feel like I do Trump with a British accent. And of course Trump has a scratchier voice. One scholar says, my eyes are pixelating. This is what I see when all the blood rushes to my head when I stand up. That's what it's like driving in the rain. It's scary. All right, we made it back here. I don't even know why I ran back here. I just ran back here because I didn't want to lose my house in this world. But now what we've got to do is we've got to harvest some food and find some diamonds. Dead Bear says, we need rain. We're living in a drought at the moment. It's been hot and dry in the UK. Isn't that like the opposite of what the UK is known for? Hope it gets better in there. It's been a hot summer. Climate change deniers been real quiet this summer. I know what you mean. You're almost there. I assume with my Trump impression. I don't have I still have my Asian man voice with my Trump impression. Whereas Trump has like a old white man voice that I'm not tapped into. All right, we got plenty of food. See, in a normal Minecraft therapy, I would be so lost in like talking about the evil nature of humanity that like I would farm the rest of this shit. But we don't need to do that. We can go look for diamonds. It's nice to be off the grid and have society. I gotta name this guy one day. His horse, I'll name him Gerald. Our sheep farm, we can get this going. We can be evil farmers. Factory farming. Stockle says, wishing you some rain and Phil Collins. I wish it would rain down. I bless the rains down in the United Kingdom. Something, something, something. United Kingdom. I bless the rains in the English Channel. Chasm says, hot everyone's summer. It's hot. It's hot. I feel like that's another introvert band is bingo card. I feel like. Take a shot every time I say I feel like. I feel like, you know, it's getting harder. It's getting hot. That's all I'm saying. I don't know what's making it get hot. It makes sense that all the cars and the fucking pollution that comes out the back of every car's butthole is making it hot. Because whenever I stand near the butthole of a car, it's very hot there. So it makes sense that all that hot exhaust is making everything hot. But even if you don't like climate change, you don't like being hot. No one likes being hot. So it's gotta get less hot. Dylan says, "How will you make Minecraft fun again?" We're going to deport all the creepers. No more illegal creepers in our big beautiful land. We're going to have jobs for all the villagers. All the villagers having jobs. No more illegal creepers taking our jobs. We don't want them. They're eating our sheep. They're eating our pigs. We don't want the creepers, the zombies. We don't want the skeletons. They're sending the worst. I'm gonna cancel this. When they're sending the skeletons, they're sending their worst skeletons. They're not sending the good skeletons. See, my voice went Indian there. Gonzalo says he's gonna get dead angry with "Isn't it wet in the UK?" I do be British fetishizing. Whenever someone has an English accent, I'm like, "You have an English accent." Then they're like, I live in the UK. I'm like, "Oh, it's raining in the UK. Do you eat fish and chips all the time? Do you ever go to the pub? Do you like Guinness?" So like, why do you guys have like so much beef with like the Irish and the Scottish? Aren't you guys all like white people? That's how I start acting around. That's how I start acting around people from the UK. I'm not drinking coffee this afternoon, K-Dog says. Just drift in and out of reality. I feel like I'm also drifting in and out of reality right now. There's something truly soothing about playing Minecraft. I feel like normally, when I hop on Minecraft, I'm playing because I'm fucking stressed about something and I need to go to therapy. And therapy can be a very stressful experience for me. But now, I'm having a good time. Guess what says I could use a monster. I've resisted the urge to try a monster, though one of these days I will be succumbing to the peer pressure. K-Dog says it's for the girls, the men are cold. It's for the girls, the men are cold. See, it's the hot, everyone's summer, I see. Yeah, the men do be cold. Everybody's had to Google the song. You never heard of The Rains in Africa? Everyone enjoys the Trump impression. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Chocolate is your favorite Phil Collins song. It's not Africa, right? That's sung by someone else. But Phil Collins has the song. Doesn't he sing "In the Air Tonight"? Something in the air tonight. Chocolate says your one-man journey to educate the masses on Southeast England continues. That's right. We gotta know about the fish and chips. We gotta know about the footy. We gotta know about the pence and the pounds. We gotta know about Brexit. I honestly don't know too much about Brexit. But all this shit. Seki Zybite says, "Hi King, have a nice stream." I appreciate it, Seki Zybite. Hope you have a nice day or night, whatever time zone you're in, Seki Bite. My fellow king. And yes, even if you're a woman, you can be a king, as we've already established. I guess we should get a bed so that we can explore without having to always come back to our 2-hour Minecraft world. Hassim says doing the Lord's work. We have to know what's going on in the world. We got to be citizens of the world. And once goes well, it says Africa is by Toto. That's who I thought. Those are the guys. I get my white people music mixed up sometimes. I'll be honest. You ever meet a white person and they unironically listen to white people music? Like they're like, give me the aux. And then they unironically play white people music. They're like, oh, have you heard of this band called Queen? I love the song We Are the Champions. You're like, what the hell is... Who are you? Who are you, sir? We gotta find a cave so we can find diamonds. We have a cave system connected to our house, but that's on mountain level. We gotta go deep. Hassim says, so if you think about it, the Minecrafter just staying out all night. No sleep, just mines. That's right, the children yearn for the mines. We're literally, the children and the men yearn for the mines. And we gotta find a mine. There was some big-ass cave system here, right? Let's just walk straight. We'll just walk straight. Our mountain, luckily, is a nice landmark, so it's hard for us to get lost. The Perry says, Phil Collins' music for Tarzan and Brother Bear was so good. I haven't listened to those soundtracks or watched those movies in a long time. Is Brother Bear the one with the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities, the simple bare necessities for life? I only say that because that song has bear in it, and Brother Bear also has bear in it. However, I feel like Brother Bear may have been a more modern movie, and the song that I'm thinking of comes from an older movie. Sakla says, I agree and will come out with the obligatory, they don't make Disney songs like they used to. Disney, Disney is creatively bankrupt. Before, they at least had some shame, and they were like, oh, it's been 30 years since Mulan. It's time for a new Mulan. It's been 30 years since The Little Mermaid. It's time for a Little Mermaid. It's like, okay, 30 years. It's a reboot. Moana came out, Moana came out less than 10 years ago, and now there's another Moana? Why do we need another Moana? You already told the story of Moana, and we paid you money for it. You just want more money from us. So you made Moana 2, which wasn't even a new story. It was just Moana 1, but with people, which wasn't necessary because part of the beauty of Moana is the animation. Cassim says, I enjoy the occasional white person song, but they don't often hit as hard as others. I like an occasional white person song. Like if you're on a road trip, white people music is perfect for road trips. But, if you show me your Spotify, and your Spotify is like, The Fray, Coldplay, Queen, maybe you have one AC/DC in there to feel a little spicy. Maroon 5. A lot of Maroon 5. Then, you're like, oh, have you heard of his artist? He's called Jon Bellion. Yes, I've heard of Jon Bellion, dude. Don't act like you're spicy for knowing who Jon Bellion is. Dead Perry says, nah, that's the Jungle Book. Nah, that's the Jungle Book. Yeah, Brother Bear, was that even made by Disney or was that made by DreamWorks? Cassim says, meanwhile, Moana. That is exactly what I'm saying. Sakla says, the live-action Moana sends me. I feel like with Disney, truly, they're not about making art no more. They're about, how many Marvel movies can we make? How many Star Wars movies can we make? What's our next reboot? Can we reboot, can we maybe do a live-action Inside Out next? Can we have Amy Poehler and the lady from The Office literally like get painted yellow and blue and red and green like Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy. In fact, Disney is probably like, we own Guardians of the Galaxy. We have the technology to turn people blue and yellow and green and blue. Disney, I feel like they're creatively bankrupt. Dead Paradise says, I love Creedence Clearwater Revival. I feel like Creedence Clearwater Revival is white people music, but it's indie white people music. It's like The National. You know, their demographic is entirely white people music, or their demographic is entirely white people. However, white people music is music that is known by all white people, and not all white people know about Creedence Clearwater Revival. Cassim says live action Inside Out. It's just an MRI machine. It's just what's her name? It's just the girl just going to therapy, and she's like, I feel sad sometimes, and the therapist is like, what does this sad voice say? And then the voice of Meredith from The Office, like there's a cutscene to Meredith from The Office, and she talks, and so on and so forth. I just had this thought. Imagine Zendaya as a voice in Inside Out. I don't know why that thought just came to my mind, but it seemed extremely funny to me. So that's why I said it out loud. It also says Steely Dan. Another, Steely Dan, Clarence Clearwater Revival. This cave actually sucks. It's not even a cave. It's just a giant hole. I've been tricked by this cave once again. Steely Dan. Bon Iver, like, he's, like, become so popular that he used to not be white people music. But now he's kind of like white people music. Dead Parrot says, I won't be surprised if they make a Toy Story 6. It's like, like in Back to the Future, they're like Jaws 27. That's what they're going to do with Toy Story. There's going to be Toy Story 27 because they just, the shareholders yearn for Toy Story 6. When it ended perfectly with Toy Story 3. It was just over. It was just over. It's like sometimes it's literally like trying to Frankenstein a dead human being and be like, come back to life. Although with like art, because like art never dies, you truly can be like shameless and immoral about it and bring back art that should remain at rest. Guys, it's just an MRI machine for the live action Inside Out. That would be funny. Either that or she has multiple personality disorder with all her personalities or all her feelings. Inside Out, but it's just a PhD student learning about human emotion. Poltergeist says making art doesn't make money these days, though. It's all about cranking out as much goy slop as possible. Yeah. Marcel Duchamp is rolling in his grave. I've said this on stream before, but it's funny that the government, if you want to pick up a gun and shoot someone, there's unlimited money for that. They will never deny the army funding to hire another soldier. But if you want to make art, they're like, I don't know, buddy. Where are we going to find the money for that? The value of art is intangible. But you know what else is intangible? You know what else is intangible? You know what else's value is intangible? The value of an atomic bomb, because that shit hasn't been used in 80 years. Literally, no one alive. Most people alive. Never even lived in the same time period as an atomic bomb going off. So that seems like a pretty useless thing to me too. It is like with art. Like, art that makes money is like Mr. Beast content. Not to hate on Mr. Beast. There's a lot of Mr. Beast slander in chat. I mean, I can't even be hating on Mr. Beast because he's figured something out. If I if I were to be as famous of an artist as Mr. Beast, everyone could suck my dick. But the reason Mr. Beast and like popular content is popular is because it appeals to the masses, and the masses crave their slop. Casim said, I don't know if they made Obsession and Backrooms. Still, at least they were original. I haven't seen either of those movies. There does seem to be a lot of innovation happening in the horror industry. But even then, Backrooms, that movie got made because like the meme got so popular. They were like, how can we make money off this Backrooms meme? Let's make a movie. They chose the guy who made the most viral the most viral Backrooms slop, and they were like, you're the director of the Backrooms movie, make a Backrooms slop movie. I'm slandering the Backrooms. I've never even seen the movie. Dylan Sandel says shareholders don't want new movies. That's a risky investment. Yeah. That's why like every movie is like a Star Wars movie. Even if like the movie doesn't have anything to do with Star Wars, they're like, just call it a Star Wars movie and we'll make more money. Casim says, no, don't put Bon Iver in white people music. Where's my frickin'... I'm so lost right now. There's torches here that I don't believe I put down. Or maybe I did, and I blacked out. Don't put Bon Iver in white people music. I feel like Bon Iver is just below the cutoff for white people music. Like, he has a song with Taylor Swift, That puts him in a certain level of white people music. But I don't think he's entered the white people music oeuvre yet. K-Dog says, I love MCR. MCR. I've lost... Oh, My Chemical Romance. How did I miss that? Sagla said, I've been channeling my inner white teenager by listening to a lot of My Chemical Romance recently. I love The Black Parade. Oh, Teenagers is a great song. I feel like teenagers. I relate to teenagers, and I'm a 28-year-old man. I'm like, they're gonna fill up your brain with all the lies in the books to make a citizen out of you. I'm like, they want me to vote. They're trying to make a citizen out of me with all the lies in the books. I will not fall for it. What's the line? They're like, they're gonna give you a gun. Something, something, son. Something, something, something. This song's so true, dude. They're like, take this gun and go shoot some people in the Middle East. Because we told you to. Because we told you to. You know the meme of Patrick and SpongeBob being like, because you told me to. That's what like the fucking. That's what we're making 18-year-olds do. In Iran. Or like, do it. They're like, because you told me to. Casim says, I definitely listen to Bon Iver, ironically. I love Bon Iver also. Love Bon Iver. I'm not trying to slander Bon Iver or white people music or make a judgment on white people music. Like I said, I don't even think Bon Iver is white people music. I love Bon Iver. He's a very calm guy. I feel like he would go well with this stream right now, but I don't want to get copyright stricken. However, if you're watching, feel free to put on some Bon Iver on your own right now. Feel free to open a tab, listen to some For Emma Forever Ago. I'm singing that shit in my head right now. Amazing. Poultice Guy says, is white people music just music made by white people? I do feel like you have, like, white people music has to be made by white people. I'm trying to think if, like, any other group has made white people music. What's that song? Shut Up and Dance. That's a white person music song. And obviously, other groups can make songs like that. But I'm trying to think if I feel like maybe just the vibes of knowing the song is sung by a white person makes white people music. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Are there Actually, I mean, Asian artists, no. I was going to say some Asian artists like to make white people music, but when you listen to like a 2008 era Asian YouTube song, you know it was made by an Asian. I don't know what it is. There's something. There's just something about the way AJ Raphael and D Pride. Something about their sauce that was you could hear the Asian in their voice. Kasim says, "Trust me, the government doesn't think science matters anymore either. They're like, we need more people to shoot people. We you know, the NRA bribed us so much. We made all these guns. Now we actually need to make jobs with the guns." K-Dog says, "If I were Mr. Beast, I would sue you for emotional distress." I saw Mr. Beast is opening an amusement park. He's just out here doing shit. He's just playing video games in real life. He's like, "I'm tired of watching Squid Games. What if I made my own Squid Games?" Now he's like, "I'm tired of playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. What if I made my own theme park?" That says, the Islamic Republic of Japan. Inshallah, there will be a Islamic Republic of Japan. Dylan Sanders says, "You should play Elder Scrolls Oblivion." If I could run it on my Mac, I'll strongly consider it. I love Skyrim, and I've never played Elder Scrolls. Would you recommend the remastered version of Oblivion or the regular version, Dylan Sandel, if you have an opinion? K-Dog says, "Asians in the Bay in 08 were feeling themselves. I remember." Asian, you know, sadly, I mean, we have Asian musicians nowadays. We have Joji. We have, who's the other guy? We have Keshi. There's some Asian musicians that we have 88 Rising, basically, is what I'm saying. But the 2008 era, you know, the 2008 era of Asian music was a pre-commercialized version of Asian music that was somehow cringier, but also pure. One Skills says, "Beastland was a temporary pop-up theme park in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia." It's Beastin' time, right? That's his catchphrase. Oh boy. Oh my god, there's so many dudes here, bro. Oh no. This is scary because I'm far away from my home and I don't know where I am. Don't kill me. I'm but a baby. I'm actually... Oh wait, I've been here before. I believe we're going backwards to where we were originally. Anyway, let's just find a cave and we'll explore that cave. Katsum says, "Is Mitski Asian?" I think Mitski is Asian. There's a lot of half Asians in music nowadays. MXM Tune, Caro Caro Bonito. I feel like half Asians have started getting more popular. I don't know if I think this was brought to me on stream. We were talking about the Wasian meetup. Sometimes Wasians do be a little... they be feeling themselves. And that's all I'll say before I get cancelled. K-Dog says, "Oh god, the evil coming off that sentence." About Beastland in Saudi Arabia. We live in like a evil world. I feel like it's hard to look. I feel like the reason people used to believe in the possibility of utopia is because they didn't have enough evidence, or as much evidence as we do nowadays, about how evil people are. But now there's so much evidence that people are just evil that it's hard to unironically believe in utopia unless you're like Mark Andreessen and you're like, but what if we monetized the utopia? Kato wants coffee so bad. Sockless is having coffee. Oh my god, diamonds! Yeah, boy! We did it. I'm proud of us. I was just saying, like, I was feeling like we haven't accomplished too much in this world so far, but we found diamonds. Once again, the coffee peer pressure is real. Peer pressure is real, y'all. Kato says there was a Asian meetup in SF. Oh yeah, and Olivia Rodrigo's Asian, or also half Asian. She's literally like, you know, top 3 biggest artists in the world. Okay, maybe top 10, but she's very big. Kato says there's a Asian meetup in SF. Yeah, I don't know if I'm not sure if maybe it was Discord or chat or some stream that told me about that. But I feel like or maybe I haven't actually talked about it on stream. But the Asian meetup, like, you know, I'm all for Asians meeting up and getting to know each other. I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum, but it is a little weird if you're like only Asians can come here, because even like a nonprofit like Girls Who Code is like legally not allowed to like turn away men, even though like they should. But it's like how, like, you know, legally no church can turn you away based on how you look. You know, no one can be, and I feel like it's got to be that way with the Asian meetup. You know, if your black friend wants to come to the Asian meetup, you're literally 100% black friend, or 100% German friend, or fucking 100% Indian friend. If anyone wants to, basically, if anyone wants to come to the Asian meetup, I feel like you can't say no. It's basically like how historically black colleges and universities, also known as HBCUs, are technically not allowed to reject people based on race. I feel like it's got to be that way with the Asian meetup. That's all I gotta say. Asians, love you guys. love your music. And who am I to judge? Kasim says, if you had to enact one of the games you play in IRL, which one would it be? You want to be a Hitman, Miner, Amusement Park Tycoon? That's a good question. If I had to reenact one in real life, I feel like it would be fun to play Minecraft. I feel like part of me is like, it would be fun to be Hitman, but then I feel like I feel a little too narcissistic, being like, I'm gonna be the Hitman and everyone else is gonna be like a prop in my world. Everyone else is gonna be an NPC in my world. I feel like you could play multiplayer Minecraft. You know, imagine a themed like Disney World about Minecraft, and you actually get to mine and you get to mine because the children yearn for the mines. That would be amazing. I need to protect these frickin' diamonds from these scary guys there. Kedok says, hire armed guards for the Asian meetup. Mercenaries. We need the Asian Defense Force. I don't exactly know what we would do. Oh my god. Bro, that was so scary, Mr. Skeleton. Why would you do that? That was not cool, dude. We're gonna get those diamonds. We are gonna get those diamonds. We have to kill everyone. We have to build protection. That's what she said. And then we're gonna get this guy. We're gonna get this mofo. And then I'm gonna kill the creeper. And then I'm gonna get the diamonds. And it's gonna be the best day of my mother frickin' life. Kasim says you gotta off that skeleton. We have to enact defensive maneuvers. There we go. Another skeleton and a creeper here. We gotta kill. That's scary. I don't want a creeper to drop on my head. Hello, Mr. Creeper. It's you and me. Move in at the speed of destiny. I don't like all these places he can drop down and assassinate me. He's disappeared. He's a ghost. It's a game of cat and mouse right now. You gotta kill the creeper, kill the skeleton. Deborah says, "Do you know the Mine Diamond song?" All I know is the Captain Sparkles. He made a song called Diamonds, right? That's all I know. I actually don't even remember how Captain Sparkles Diamonds goes. But I remember it existed at one point in time. We're in the walls, bro. We are so smart. They can't comprehend our tactics. Our tactics right now. We are elite. We are elite. We're an elite squad of hunters. Ironically, I feel like I've trapped myself now. Hello, where are you bitches at? Where that creeper at, dude? Dylan Sandler says you don't build a lot. No, I'm not used to I am no dream on Minecraft. That's for sure. I am no Minecraft speedrunner. This is a tough situation. There's a lot of bad guys in our general area. I'm gonna light this whole place up so we can get a lay of the land and stop everyone from spawning. Please, there's too many people around. Sokka's got their McMuffin. Amazing. I've been craving McDonald's breakfast for a while. But I'm too lazy to go to McDonald's. Ironic. But I would love to get a big breakfast with hash browns one of these days. Even getting 2 hash browns if I'm feeling adventurous. My screen went black. Dipper says, very nice. Borat voice. I honestly don't mind him blowing up, just so that problem is eliminated. Now we can kill this guy. Oh, how dare you, bro. Landed a perfect shot on me. I should probably eat before fighting you. Oh my god. They got me from all angles, bro. Tactics, bro. The art of war. Sun Tzu said, wherever your enemy expects, go the other way. He'll never expect me to go this way, bro. Sun Tzu, the art of war. I'm out of here, bitches. I'm out of here, bitches. Alright, I believe I'm so close to getting these diamonds. So close. I can taste them. I can lick the diamonds. I'm dead. Sakla says. Not if I have anything to say about it. Oh my god, I actually was about to die there. I have to run away like a coward. Ah. Okay, let's make some food. Let's make some food if I was doing a Minecraft therapy, I would have died probably 20 times by now. But we haven't died. We're gonna get our damn diamonds. Dead Bear says, just smoke crack, Sun Tzu. He would say that. I bet those Chinese warriors were on crack. They're like, this shit makes you want to fight forever. You literally feel invincible with this shit. I bet they would say you are invincible with this shit. That's what someone who smoked crack would say to someone who's never smoked crack before. They're like, you literally cannot die after taking this shit. And of course, because of survivor bias, they would believe them. Nat, welcome to the stream. Dylan says, why is there a 50% chance a sumo wrestler will live above me? A 50% chance a sumo wrestler will live above you? That's just a funny sentence. I feel like that's the average renter experience. Living with a damn sumo wrestler. Alright, we got them to fight each other, which is great. Let's eat some food. Cassim says you just gotta grab him and go. Yeah. That probably would have been the smart thing to do, is like try to build a house around it. Now, here we go. We've got him. We got him right where we want him. And watch this only be one diamond too. Oh my god. All that work, bro, for a diamond shovel. That's it. This is like the meme of like that guy digging for diamonds. I'm that meme. I'm literally like, you're only one block away from diamonds. Sorry about your distant upstairs neighbor, says Dylan's handle. Neighbors are evil. Neighbors are simply evil. There's something about the neighbor class of human being that produces evil people. You do not want to be around them. There's no diamonds. All right, I think we're gonna call it there. I'm glad we got a diamond, I guess. I feel like I'm lost now in the world, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right. I think we should end the stream with some AI TA guesser. So let's get that set up. That's right. Welcome, I Love Taylor Swift 11 to the stream. Once again, whenever I refer to everyone as their username, or people refer to me as my username, I feel like Peter Parker in Avengers Infinity War.
Protect everyone else.
Miles, I'm back up.
No, you're still awake. The adult
Fused is to.
I'm Peter.
What is he, your ward?
No. I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're using your made-up names. I'm Spider-Man then.
That's how I feel. Someone's like, they're like, it's like, I'm Sean, by the way, and I'm like, I'm introverted badness, and then it's like, oh, I'm Sean the Toad then. Alterso 11 says, I woke up suddenly because my brain was like, remember, you just lost your job. And I know I can't really have done anything else about it, but still, I feel bad for chilling. And I regret I couldn't catch the first part of the stream. first of all, it's fine. It's fine to miss the first part of a stream. You can rewatch it after the stream ends, or even now if you want. But yeah, sorry to hear about that. I'm sorry to hear about that. I love Taylor Swift. Love it. That mega sucks. It is fine to chill because you've been through like a stressful situation. So I feel like it makes sense that your brain needs to chill, because otherwise, like, I don't know, you would actually like have implode or something. So everyone's saying get some rest. Chill, you deserve to chill, says the Cat Sims. But you'll be good. You'll be good. I feel like we're all gonna be okay. There, at least for me, there's always this nagging feeling that it's not gonna be okay. But then when I look at everyone else, I'm like, everyone's gonna be okay. So it's like sometimes you have to just tell yourself that you're gonna be okay. But it'll be good. Sorry about that situation. It mega sucks. And you definitely deserve to chill. And then I Love Taylor Swift says, nice stash. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the gas once again. This stash is definitely not a cry for help. Am I the asshole for refusing to clean my hair out after I shower in a shared apartment? I would say, like, unless you have like a medical condition that prevents you from cleaning out your hair, you're the asshole. My roommate always complains, but she showers right after I do and always cleans the hair out. So it seems like a waste of time and paper towels for me to do so 10 minutes before she does. My roommate always complains, but she showers right after I do and always cleans the hair out. I see. I've offered to shower after her so I can clean both of our hair out, but she always wants to shower late in the night for some reason. I don't think it's a big deal. It's just hair. It being there isn't going to make you less clean somehow. I think you're the asshole. Hair. I don't want to see no hair. And if there's a lot of hair, I don't want to see no hair. The fact that she showers later in the night, you can't blame her for that. Just because you're late, like, everyone should just take care of their own hair. You're being like, I don't want to take care of my hair. What if I took care of your hair? That's not how it works. You just gotta be like, you have to simply take care of your own hair. Cassim says, cry for stash help. And there comes a time in every man's life when he grows the cry for help facial hair. Am I the asshole for taking my daughter to my mom's on Mother's Day? Am I the asshole for taking my daughter to my mom's on Mother's Day? I would say this depends right now on the situation. So it's early morning and I'm going to my parents to see my mom for half an hour, drop her card off and present and say hello. My little one, who is 6, asked if she could come too. I said yes, no problem, only going for half an hour. My partner took great offense to this and proclaimed that my mom isn't my little girl's mom, and she does not need to go as it's Mother's Day, and she should spend time with her mother only. Your partner is psycho. She then said I'm a bad person for even trying it, and while I was downstairs convinced my little one to stay, your wife is a jealous, egotistical psycho. I've let it go and I'll go to my mom's, no problem. Just as I was about to leave, my partner came out and said, it's not all about you, it's Mother's Day and we need to spend time together. All of us as a family. Are you going to ruin that for us? Your wife is a selfish, manipulative, narcissistic, egotistical, jealous asshole, dude. K-Dog says, I'm so tired, I just let my laptop die. You're missing out on this, luckily, because this is diabolical. Cassim says, psycho. This guy, this man, I'm assuming it's a man, I guess it could have been a woman as well, married to another woman. But you're definitely not the asshole. Everyone sucks here? That's crazy. You're not even not the asshole. I'm sorry you're not the asshole. The other person is gaslighting you into thinking you're the asshole when they're the asshole. What is that? ISYTA. Oh no. ISNTA. YPTGY. ITYTA. Am I the asshole for exposing my mom as the obnoxious yawner? I'm gonna say my mouse is hovering over the "you're the asshole" button right now, because that is an asshole thing to do, is to expose someone for being an obnoxious yawner, especially your mother. You gotta forgive your mother. Dylan Sandal says, I swear I just got a job, guys. Congrats, Dylan Sandal. Let's go. Getting a job on stream. Legendary, truly legendary moments in stream. Deserves to be clipped up. Congrats, Dylan Sandal. Clapping and waking up Moose. My mother is unable to yawn like a normal person. When she yawns, she has to make a huge show out of it, completely exaggerating it by moaning and groaning really loudly. How do you know she's exaggerating it? What if that's just how she yawns? And she's old, bro. Old people are weird. K-Dog says, I'm yawning like crazy right now. I do strive to make a second screen content, like I said. She sounds like a dying whale when she yawns. It makes my blood boil. You have anger issues, dude. In addition to that, our apartment walls are super thin. I'm sure that the neighbors hear it as well. You're complaining about your mom yawning in another room. You are a psycho, dude. Am I the psycho? Yes. I've told her multiple times to tone it down, but she says that it just feels way too satisfying. That is such a funny comeback too, though. She didn't even say like, oh, I can't help it. That's just how I yawn. She's like, I love to yawn. Like I have a little nightcap on my head. Like I'm dressed like a, nightcap, pajamas, outfit. Your mom's yawning like she's fucking dressed like this guy right here, bro. Like she got a $36.99. This one's $22.99. That's a little more affordable, and it comes with a candle prop. Your mom's yawning like she's fucking dripped out like this. Everyone's congratulating Dylan's handle. I know, it's amazing. Good job, Dylan's handle. K-Dog says we like the stash intro. I appreciate it. I feel like I don't know how to I don't normally have facial hair. As you probably know from seeing my face every week on stream. K-Dog says you managed not to look evil with a mustache. Once again, I appreciate the gas. Elton says, intro in the next stream, would you pretty please turn off live reactions? There's this really annoying heart icon that hides sentences in chat for me. All right. And then, yes, I'm sorry. I will try to do that next stream if, that sounds bad. And everyone says, everyone sucks here. It'd be like that sometimes. I don't even think the mom saying it feels too satisfying is not a good response. I thought she was going to say, I can't help it. That's how I yawn. K-Dog says, honk, honk, me. She got a little Z's coming out her head. Cassim says he's trying to say Scrooge. See, I'm so out of touch with my Charles Dickens that, like, to me, I'm like, it's the guy with, like, the long night, with the pom-pom on the nightcap. Is that actually what Scrooge looks like? Scrooge, pajamas. See, the first thing that comes out is this meme. It doesn't even come up with like a ye olden image of of Scrooge. The first thing is Scrooge pajamas on Amazon. We've monetized Scrooge pajamas. The only thing is, I got a girlfriend and a job, but still gotta be first to every stream and check stocks. The masculine urge to be first every stream and check stocks. This morning I was chatting with one of our neighbors and he mentioned noisy yawning that occurs every evening. How your mother is screaming when she yawns? I feel like it's hard for me to imagine. Like, a yawn is by definition like a quiet sigh, a quiet release of natural air from your lungs. Like a it sounds like your mom is going like like that's how she's yawning. It's very confusing. I informed him that this was my mom. You snitched on your mom. Bad son alert. He must have told other neighbors because I was just bombarded with a bunch of angry texts from my mom saying that I have completely embarrassed her, that a neighbor's children were making wail noises at her when she got home, that she can't believe her own daughter would do such a malicious thing. Daughters are a little evil to their moms. Am I the asshole for exposing her? You're definitely the asshole for exposing your mom. Even all of this was really bad, but even irrespective of all this, bad from your perspective. Like, you should not have your blood boil from your mom yawning. It was totally unnecessary for you to tell your neighbor and basically like try to like use the neighbors and the neighborhood as like an enforcer to like shame your mother into less noisy yawning, all because you're very passive aggressive and don't want to can't just accept that like you can't control your mother. After says, how does it feel to win in life? I know, to have a job and watch someone else stream. Hassim says she must actually be screaming in the yawn like dad sneeze. I feel like not the asshole with that. The thing is, like, I find it so hard to imagine. She is an asshole for then disturbing the neighbors so much that it gets mentioned. The mom is an asshole for that. It's hard for me to like hear how this yawn could be so noisy, but the mom is an asshole. For no matter what the reason is, whether it's yawning or something else, she should not be disturbing the neighbors. But it is a little like, but then like, you know, irrespective of that, the mom can be an asshole. She should not be fucking snitching on her mom. Kessim says it is hard to imagine. I've never heard a noisy yawn. What does that even mean? And the fact the neighbor knew it was a yawn. He didn't say noisy yelling. He said it was a noisy yawn. How is she yawning? Kessim says. You know, the yawn, I feel like the yawn even is you know, it's if we were in a court of law, it's actually irrelevant evidence to the case. Objection, Your Honor, irrelevance. It actually doesn't matter anything about the yawn. What matters is that you told a neighbor something about, like, whose side are you on? Are you on your mom's side or your neighbor's? You chose to be on your neighbor's side instead of your mom's side. That makes you the asshole. Not the asshole. I say she's an asshole. Deborah says, I say let the lady yawn. I say let the lady yawn too. Let her honk me Max. There's enough bullshit in the world, dude. You know, she's old, she's gonna die soon. There's bombs dropping. Sometimes you just need to have a primal yawn to get the horrors eviscerated from your body so you can fucking get 6 hours of sleep and not think about the horrors. I love Taylor Swift 11 says, I kind of hear it. My dad yawns super loud. Sometimes the signal that his computer isn't working and he's about to complain about Microsoft. He's doing the SpongeBob inhale boy. Now we're at the point of stream where I'm just showing people memes. Breath in, boy. All right. That's going to be a stream, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Hope everyone had a wonderful time. I had a great time streaming. I feel like it turned out well. Cassim says near-death yawn. Sometimes, you know, yeah, if she's about to die, the lungs aren't working so good. So it's possible that, you know, all the lungs, what they're really hearing is her old ass lungs about to give out and the machinery creaking. She should actually be a good daughter and bring her mom to the hospital. All right, that's gonna be your stream, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. Like I said, hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day, a wonderful night, or morning, depending on your time zone, or evening, or just whatever time you're watching this. Even if you're not watching this live, whenever you watch it, I hope your life is going well, having a good time. And I'll catch you guys very soon, next time. Hope everyone stays safe, stay sane. I'll catch you next time. Peace.